Calypso, green lemonade. Is it green because of this and this? It's not green because of this, right? This looks like a leaf. I don't want a juiced leaf in the lemonade, but a juiced kiwi would be very good. I think the lemonade, last time I tried it, tastes more like this star fruit here, and that would be yellowing in color, not green like a kiwi. It's yellow like the star fruit here. That's what's wrong with the artificial flavoring, the artwork that's making the flavoring possible. That's God doing artwork for the stock because it's in view of very many strangers who are consuming itself, whether it's just in the store or if they take it out of a store away or in a car away or they store it in a house. I want to make a statement about Noah Rickun. Noah Rickun is in a high school somewhere near the grade of senior year myself. Junior year myself. And there were some students in my class for United States history that I didn't know. Like, I don't know everyone in my school, and I didn't know everyone in my class when I was in there to begin with. So I wanted to say that Noah Rickun was one of the many students I didn't know in the class. And if I had to tell you now who was everyone in the class, I would say I only remember one student who was seated in front of me. His name was on the school registration. The teacher was reading for attendance class as Frank Martiri. That's how the teacher said it. How does Frank say his own name? I don't know. Martire. That's on the back of his football jersey that was right in front of me in class for Homestead High School football team. I don't have another threatening on myself about who is in Homestead High School. I keep saying it's 1,200 students, but I can't count if that's how many students there are in the school every year, and that every year there is a change out of one class and a change in of a new class freshman year. So I can't say I know Frank Martiri from being a freshman either. I don't know that. No, I don't know all the students at Homestead High School. I know some that I've known for many years, but I don't know them all. Frank Martiri owes me that he's a football player, and he knew that Noah Rickun was going to invite me to a house and lock me out of the house. And Frank Martiri owed me that he told Noah Rickun that he can go over to Noah Rickun's house and lock Noah out of his own house. Yeah, because there's no reason for me to do that. That's Frank Martiri's Homestead High School football team problem. That you're the ones who lift weights. Yeah, I lift weights for the physical therapy for my knee surgery, but I don't lift weights to be strong and to threaten people that I'm the one who keeps the peace. Yeah. So why isn't Frank Martiria psychic about a problem that the student body was going to have in karma? It looks like he just didn't want to have a problem to himself, but I didn't think that about him because he's a football player, is pretty much fired because I've seen the football team practicing during tennis. That year I had a knee surgery on my knee, and I wasn't playing tennis that season, but the teams are all fired. Everybody plays because I played, and I don't know why Noah Rickun was unattended by somebody who cared about Noah, that he didn't go to the bottom of hell for being a sex offender. Well, why is he a sex offender? He surprised myself and he hurt me when I didn't see it coming. I didn't see that I had it coming to myself, that I was going to get hurt in the genitals. I wasn't nude. So who are the psychics that know about somebody else's problem, but they don't know that about their own problems because they don't have problems? And they don't have any threats that they're homeless or that they have to pay out a key or that they have to go to prison. They don't have any threats that they would fight with someone else to put someone else in prison. And if they fail, they would go themselves to prison. That means you're not entirely alone when you go to prison. Why do you have no threats that you're going to die in a prison? Well, everything that's threatening to yourself is threatening that you're going to die in a prison. If you didn't understand that your whole life, you're just going to die out of formed. Each one of you is going to die out of formed because I have the whole formed world is died out of being the formed world. That means my leverage is the soul of the superior founder, none higher than he, deceased right here. And the whole world that's informed here, which is world number 17, is deceased out of formed by myself. But you don't have your individual illegal lives of yourselves informed. That we're illegally alive is why you need to die in a prison, because you illegally alived yourself. There's nothing else that's going to end your life. The end of the world, the end of all time, is not going to end your life. Your life is going to end up in superior founder, and you're going to have to turn in your body that you never really died in a prison. You were just planning to die at the end of time, but that's how you were illegally alive. That question was already answered for you. And this world number 17 gave you illegal genitals, an illegal genital penis, or the female is illegal amputation of a genital penis created as a clitoris illegally, and it's illegally female that way. And that's your answer to that question, if you're going to die at the end of time. No, because you have illegal genitals that are already past the unclean death of the end of time itself. Was an unclean death. So that's you right there needing to be in a prison. Well, I would like to say carry pass and carry passion. I don't know you two together, and I don't know you separately. I know that Carrie Passion stopped going to Homestead High School, but she didn't stop without that. She just neglected. Carrie Pass was still a student attending there, and she didn't need to be there. Nobody really told Carrie Pass that she had to go to school. If Carrie was just working because she was not mentally stable, I'm not going to help you with that. If you're not mentally stable, that's because you need to go to a jail and a prison so that you can get an unclean death on your own mind being mentally unstable. You can't hide your mind in a house with multiple rooms and dispute home invasions into the house because your own head is mentally unstable. That's no place to blame somebody else for that. That's true. You have to be in a prison for that. That's threatening you, that your own mind is unstable, and it's going to die that way in a prison. You have to have the unstable mind in a deceased address, and you go to a prison to decease the address. And that means you go out of the city, you go out of town, you go upstate to a prison, and upstate they have the address deceased, and that's where your head is no longer threatening somebody else, that you're mentally unstable, which means I don't want to know a single sex offender of my history who's mentally unstable and making excuses that I'm going to put up with it for you. And I'm not yourself. You don't have genitals and threatening for the way you hurt myself. No, you don't have genitals at all. I've been molested by the male's hands and not their genitals. They do it with their hands, and you don't have genitals and threatening. You're like as if God came and he looked like you and he molested me in the genitals, and I'm not going to help you with that. You're not a God I would pray to at all because of the way your head looks. And I have to say, there are many of you, so that you don't call your penis a head. No, there are many of you. That means you have many penises? No, you wouldn't say that. You have just one penis. You don't have many penises. You're not illegal. You have many boyfriends that are following myself. Illegal genital penis. You cannot call the tip of the penis a head. You made the head tennis racket look that it wasn't round anymore. It was like illegally edged. Look back at the head tennis rackets from history, like 1980s, 1990s. Look for a head tennis racket that the head of the tennis racket is illegally formed with edges. And I would also like to say that there is no wooden tennis racket in play anymore in the threatening, which means I don't have a tennis racket to play in the threatening myself. I used to have a Prince tennis racket, and I also had a Wilson. And I don't use them anymore because I don't have the health. But I don't use them anymore as well because they were stolen tennis rackets. That's why I don't have them anymore. I gave my mom figure Donna my tennis racket that she gave me. It was a Prince Approach tennis racket. I played with it for like almost 10 years. And then I said, Mom, I got a new tennis racket. Here, you can hold this for me. You can hold it is what I said. I didn't say she couldn't have it. I kept it in the house. And then about a year later, she locked me out of the house and I wasn't allowed back in there. Well, I don't know why, because I had another tennis racket and that tennis racket was still in the house. I gave it to her in the same house she gave it to me. Well, how'd that happen? I want to say that for Mitch. I ordered a Wilson tennis racket, and it was shipped to the house. So I had two. I gave her one. I know she wasn't playing, but I gave her the racket so she would hold it for me because I had another one. That's how I told her I had another racket. I wasn't going to use it, so I wanted her to have it. Or I could have just kept it. Now I'm thinking maybe I should have just kept it. The tennis racket I ordered was from Tennis Magazine, the back pages. It was a subscription to the house. The Tennis Magazine had been coming to the house for years, maybe as long as I had the tennis racket, right? because it was when I moved into the house. Whoops. Did I just give myself away? I know, but the tennis magazine was in the house. I didn't order it. I didn't order the subscription to the tennis magazine, and it's always there. And I ordered the tennis racket out of the back of the tennis magazine to the address of the house. How could I lose? No, I didn't know that I did something wrong. The tennis racket came to the house. I got it. I have it. I mean, I had it. I have it on my mind. I don't have it physically, unfortunately.